What is going on, my fellow gamers, and welcome to today's video. My name is Torch, and today we are on episode 5 of the Farm Wars tutorials. If you've not seen the Farm Wars series, I suggest going and checking it out, as it will help you decide which farm is right for you. In today's episode, we are looking at cocoa beans. First farm that we have up is the one directly in front of me. To build this farm, you are going to need 74 building blocks, 16 pistons, 4 stairs, a lever, 9 redstone dust, 32 jungle logs, 4 chests, 4 hoppers, and 2 buckets of water. We're going to come right back here, and we're going to start by placing a row of 11 building blocks. Okay. And we're going to come right over here. We're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2. And we're going to have a third one right there and follow this line down until we match up right there. And then same thing on this side. Okay, then we're going to get our jungle logs out. And we're going to end up being 4 high on these. Just like that. Go ahead and drop off the back. And then we're going to come back up. We're going to go above our logs by 1. Can actually connect right there so we can back up. Now, what we want to do is we want to get our pistons and place our pistons just above where our logs are at. Now, what I tend to do is I tend to encase it in glass on the fronts and backs. So just to get back up top, I'm using the glass. And we're going to come up here. And we are going to put down a line of redstone dust all the way to this block right here. Going to crouch place a lever right there. I actually need 1 additional redstone dust right there in order to engage those pistons. And we're going to come back down. Then we're going to take water buckets and just go ahead and dump them on that top block in between the pistons. When you get to the end, flip your lever. It will cut off the water stream. Takes a minute for the water to go away. Okay, then we're going to put water right there. Let that run down. Water right there, and it should end up hitting right at the end. We're going to break those 2, and those 2, those 2, and those 2. We're going to grab our chest. We're going to put a double chest there. Double chest there. Grab your hopper. Hopper there. Hopper there. Easiest way to do that is to break those 2, drop in, crouch down, crouch place, crouch place. Except for you want them crouch placed there and there. What that does is still allows you access to your chest, but stops your beans from actually flying out everywhere. So we're going to encase this in glass. Alright, now we've got both sides to match. One thing I did do over there was put a door on either side. However, you can probably knock these little areas out. Not these, but those. And put a door just on the front. That way you have a way in and out. The video I had found did not show a way in and out. If I can actually place the door properly. There we go. But this way the beans, again, do not fly out of the form. But you do have access in and out to restock the beans. And that is that farm complete. In order to do this farm right here, it is actually fairly simple. You need a water bucket, a dispenser, 18 glass, 5 building blocks, 2 chests, 4 steps, a button, 14 jungle logs, as well as 2 hoppers. Alright, so we're going to come out this way, and we're going to start out by laying down a line of 7 jungle logs. Then we're going to come right to this corner right here, place down our dispenser and a building block. Then we are going to run another 7 jungle logs. Just like that. And on the end here we can go ahead and put our building blocks. Go ahead and put your water bucket in with your button on the back of the dispenser, and you can click it one time to make sure that your water is where it needs to go. Absolutely is. Perfect. Hit it again to draw it back in, and we are going to cover all this with glass. Break those two. Break those two. Chest there, chest there. And then, just like before, we're going to break those two out, and we are going to put a temporary block, step, step, and actually that did not need to be a temporary block, that should have been a step. And then we can put those 4 blocks back. And that is this farm complete. Alright, on to farm number 3. Now I will state that this farm does not, I repeat, does not work on Bedrock Edition due to the return mechanism. Now I will go over how to build it for the Java users, but Bedrock users, this one is out for you. I apologize. For this farm, you're going to need 4 pistons, 2 observers, 1 leaf block, 24 jungle logs, 7 building blocks, 1 note block, 1 redstone dust, 54 glass, 4 steps, 4 chests, and 4 hoppers. We're going to come right back over here, and we are going to set out a line of 12 jungle logs. We are then going to jump up and place down another 12 jungle logs. Alright, we are now done with our logs. We are then going to take our pistons and put them just like that. On the other end, we are going to come down here and we are going to place 2 pistons 1 block away from the jungle logs. Temporary block, note block, break the temporary block. Come back this way, crouch place, and then you want a building block and building block, which as you can see caused that to fire and push all of our logs down this way. Alright, now on this side we need a building block here. We need our leaf block there. Bear with me on this one because I've only made it one other time. We need our observer looking into that leaf block. We're going to come down, back up there with a redstone dust. Now, if I come over here and I punch this note block, it should send the logs down and then back. Just like that. Now, I like I said, this does not work on Bedrock. I have tested it. I'm not for sure what the difference is, but for some reason, when these logs come to this piston, this observer is seeing these leaves move. No idea what the mechanic behind that is. Doesn't make any sense to me. Alright, so we're going to knock out, or take out, 2 rows of dirt right in front of your jungle logs on both sides. Go ahead and place in some glass. I forgot my water buckets. I'm good about forgetting things, guys. I do apologize. Alright, so we're going to put water there, water there, water there, water there. And as you can tell, it's all wanting to funnel to right here. So we're going to break out those 2 blocks. We'll come back and put some hoppers in here in a minute. For now, we're going to encase this with glass. This is another one of those weird farms that I haven't figured out really how to resupply the beans without jumping into the water. It's kind of interesting in my opinion. Alright, now we are going to grab our chests and our hoppers. We're going to hop into the water, crouch place, excuse me, break, break, crouch place, place in place, and this is where these steps come in once again. We need to break those 2 and crouch place some steps directly above your chests, and that will give you access to the chest itself. We can go ahead and cover that, and we're going to do the same thing to the other side. Alright, and that is this farm now complete. Now, if you watch the actual Farm War series, you know that I custom built this one. It is known as the Mean Bean. It actually operates on the same return mechanism as this one. However, it can be modified. The return mechanism can be modified to work on Bedrock. I will show you guys that toward the end of the video. I will go over to Bedrock and show you how to take it up for the actual return mechanism. But for right now, I'm just going to simply go over a half version of this because it can be stacked from 24 to 192 beans. 24 beans being a single log, 192 being 4 logs, 12 blocks high. So we will jump into that. Alright, for this farm, you're going to need 8 pistons, 2 observers. If you're building the large scale, you will need 48 jungle logs, 6 stacks and 48 of glass. Don't need all this just yet, so we're going to set it back over this way. You will need a stack and a half of ladders plus 4. You will need 4 dispensers, 2 chests, 2 hoppers, a pressure plate, 1 thing of oak leaves. The oak leaves are for job addition. Bedrock people, when we get to the top, do everything except for the leaf portion. Fence gate, half slab, and 4 buckets of water. Alright, so we are going to start out by placing in our dispensers. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And on the 9th block, we're going to put another dispenser. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9th block, dispenser. Ninth block, dispenser. Now, we want our pistons there, 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 and there. Now, if I take just any random block, I should be able to find the exact center of the farm, which is going to be this block right here. So go ahead and mark it out. And we are going to take some of our glass, and we can actually load our dispensers with our water buckets now to empty out some inventory. And we are going to wrap this area around the dispensers with some glass. Now, right here, you can leave this open and we can actually place in our fence gate. And we are now done with that. And now I'm going to put the redstone on screen. That way you guys can follow it. I'm going to go ahead and just dig out and place the redstone, and I will see you when that is done. Alright, so as you can tell, I've got it laid in. Once we have all that in place, we're going to come back in and replace that trench with some grass blocks. Now, you will want to dig this out for later use. Alright, now we are going to drop into the hole. Come this way. Place an observer with the red dot facing into your redstone line. Jump on top of your observer, jump out. Now, this redstone line can pretty much go as far back as you want. It all depends on where you want your actual collection system to be at. On this one here, you can see I've got it ran 8 blocks from the center onto a hopper, or a couple of hoppers, and into a chest. So we do know that this is 2 blocks right here, which means we need to take our center bit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks down. And I'm going to guess about right there. That's actually pretty perfect for a collection point, because that means that we can put our redstone dust right there, that right there, and since I already had the water in, it knocked out the redstone. So give me a minute to put all that back. Okay, I'm going to drop down this hole for a second because I want to see. Well, first off, I'm going to need water bucket anyway. If I put that there, that's going to push right there. So we can technically take this a little bit further down by putting a hopper there. And this one actually requires about 2 hoppers in all honesty. I'm going to put 2 hoppers in, grab my chests, there, and then I can theoretically come up right there without an issue. And what that's going to do is allow me better access right there. Give me the redstone dust. 6 logs on each piston, and I will see you guys in a minute. Alright, now we've got 6 logs on each piston. I'm going to make a temporary standing place right there. I'm going to come up by 3, knock that out, and we're going to place a piston facing down, remove that, remove that. Then you'll want to bridge to your next log. And repeat the process where the piston is facing down, remove that, remove that. Now, on this piston here, you will actually want a temporary block right there, a leaf block right there, break that, and then put your observer facing into this leaf block. Then we will need some solid blocks. We're done with our hoppers. So we're going to put a solid block directly behind the observer, and it is going to cut across to right here. And then same thing, 1, 2, 3, knock it out. We actually need to go down a level to place our piston. Piston in, up. Okay, now here we can actually run a line straight over to right here. Put a temporary block right there, drop it down. And we want that piston facing down. And go ahead and get back on top of your piston. Walk back over this way. And we are going to create another line right there. And we are going to run redstone dust across all the solid blocks up here. Okay, now Bedrock users, do not put your observer or leaf block in. You will want your 4 pistons, you will want the cross. Do not put in these 2 blocks. They do not apply to you. We will go over that here in just a moment when I go over the Bedrock version. Now, if I step on the pressure plate, you saw them go up and come back down. If I step off, it does the same thing. We're going to put a temporary block right there. We are going to grab our half slab, put it right there. Now, go ahead and get whatever block you had in there out and fill it with water. Alright, now if I jump up and over, you'll watch when I step on it, that water is going to flush whatever beans would be in there. After shaking the trees, they will get flushed down the middle. Perfect. The only thing is, if you step off this pressure plate too soon, you will leave beans behind. Now, if you want the monstrosity version, you will just double stack this, do the same thing on top of 12 logs, but you will need the ladders in order to access and plant in survival mode. One thing I do recommend is putting down a trapdoor above your collection hole so you don't randomly fall in. And then you will put ladders on that back wall. This is where the 4 ladders come in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. And I do recommend 100% encasing this in either a building block or in glass. But it's okay. Alright guys, here we are on the Bedrock version, looking at the mean bean. Alright Bedrockers, anywhere that your pressure plate is, if you have it 1 step off your door, which that should be your fence gate, you are going to bring a redstone dust to the side of it, in front of it, and then you will half slab, top half slabs, up with a block on top of your glass wall into a repeater on 4 ticks. You will then run your redstone line to your pistons. Like I said, you will need the cross, but do not do the leaf to observer. Now, your cross actually has to go up by 1, but this is the only additional step that you will need to do in order to get this farm to work on Bedrock. As you can tell, if I step and stand, everything flushes down the hole. Alright guys, if you found anything in this video helpful, or just want to see more farm tutorials with new designs, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. If you wish to talk about Minecraft in any way at all, my Bedrock, Java, Redstone, Survival, whatever, feel free to join my Discord. You can also discuss many other games that we play. It is a place where you can come and connect with other gamers such as yourself. And until next time, hope to see you then. Goodbye for now.